Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name's Michelle. I am 32 years old and I've been living with type 1 diabetes for almost 20 years. I am also a mom to a 1-year-old girl named Eden. I can't believe she's 1. She just turned 1 recently and I honestly feel like I just found out I was pregnant. So that happened quickly, but she is so much fun. She's really turning into a sassy toddler already at 12 months old, which I didn't expect the attitude to come so early. She's spunky and she's fun and we love her so much. She's amazing. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about being a parent with type 1 diabetes and talk about the top things that I've learned over the past year, because it has definitely been a challenging year. Lots of learning happening all the time, constantly, but it's also been the most rewarding year and such a fun year. So I really want to encourage other parents out there with type 1 diabetes and also encourage those of you who hope to become parents one day, who are living with any type of diabetes. It's totally doable. I was always so scared and nervous about being a mom with type 1 diabetes, given that I need to take care of myself. I couldn't imagine adding a baby on top of that and taking care of a baby or a toddler. I just didn't know how that would work. So my daughter Eden is sleeping right now. Normally I film when she's napping because it's just so much easier. She's a big ball of energy and a lot to deal with. But for today's video, I thought it would be more realistic to wait until she's up to film the bulk of the video so that it's, you know, more real mom life. Okay, Eden's up from her nap now. You can hear her chatting away. Good morning! How was your nap? Yeah, it's in your toy kit. I brought out your favorite kit. She's up and I realized this is actually going to be harder to film than I expected because she's really interested in what the camera is. She's not used to seeing it because I usually film when she's asleep. And we don't show her face on YouTube. That's just something we don't do for privacy reasons. So it'll be interesting to film this. So before I get into the bulk of the video, I just want to give a shout out to Lovevery, who gifted us yet another amazing play kit. This one's 11 to 12 months. She's 12 months now, so she really likes this one. We've been loving all of the Lovevery play kits. I cannot recommend them enough. They're high quality toys that last. They're educational. They target the specific skills that the baby is working on given the age. So this one's 11 to 12 months, so it's working on those skills that they would develop at this time. So yes, they are Eden's favorite toys always. She knows what the boxes are when we get them in the mail and she crawls really quickly towards them and gets really excited to open them. Okay, I'm already really struggling to film this video. This is like my 8th take of this. I can't film in there. She doesn't like the camera. But my first thing I learned from being a parent with type 1 diabetes, and I think the most important thing for me that really helped me, was don't set any expectations to get anything done. And this was especially important at the beginning when Eden was a newborn and I was a new parent learning, trying to take care of myself, trying to take care of her. So when I first had Eden, I had this expectation that I needed to be productive on mat leave, that I would take care of her, play with her, enjoy my time with her. But then when she napped, I would do things productive like cleaning, doing dishes, laundry, all of that stuff. I was just determined to make my time productive and be efficient. That's just the type of person I am. Between taking care of Eden and myself, I simply couldn't do anything else. Like I just couldn't, and it really bothered me. It made me so stressed out. And Eden didn't nap well at all until she was like 4 to 5 months old. So I didn't have that time that I expected to have. My husband would always say to me that there is zero expectation of me to do anything but take care of Eden and take care of myself, and that's it. Everything else can wait. Once I finally accepted this and did that, my days became a lot less stressful because I just focused on my time with Eden and then taking care of myself. I didn't have anything else on my shoulders, and I was able to focus on enjoying every moment with my precious baby. So if you're someone like me that doesn't like to leave dirty dishes and doesn't like to have a pile of laundry, I hear you, I feel you, but you gotta let it go. The second thing I learned in my last year is to ask for help. And I feel like a hypocrite giving this advice because I wasn't the best at doing this. For the first 6 months of having Eden, we were in a different city than our family, so we couldn't just have people like stop by. That just wasn't a thing. My mom would come to visit a lot, which was so nice, and she'd stay for like 2 to 3 days, but then she'd go home and then I'd be on my own again, and I couldn't just have someone pop by the house to let me take a shower or just hold Eden for a couple hours just to give me a break. We just didn't have that, and that's how it is for a lot of people I know. And I really wish we would have hired a postpartum doula or gotten some sort of help like that, especially given that I had the extra burden of taking care of myself medically, like taking care of my diabetes. And I know that hiring help is not always in everyone's budget, and that's exactly the reason why we didn't do it, because it wasn't in our budget. I did recently find out that doula services are covered through some insurance companies. If you have insurance through your employer, definitely look into that. Also, I feel like we could have moved around our budget a little bit in order to afford some care, even just once a week, just to have someone come in and help. But that is definitely something that I will take more seriously in the future if we are to have another baby. Back in the play area, gotta move around, right? Number 3, the baby can wait. The next thing I learned is that the baby can wait. And obviously there are exceptions to this. I'm not saying to like leave your baby crying if they're hurt or something's wrong, but there are going to be times where there is an urgent situation, like a low blood sugar. You need to take care of your low blood sugar and your baby's crying because they're hungry or they're throwing a tantrum in my case. And it's really important to put your health first, because it's kind of like that saying on an airplane, put your oxygen mask on yourself before helping someone else. You have to take care of yourself to make sure you can take care of your baby. So treat your low blood sugar and then go tend to your baby. If they're just fussing for something, they can wait a few minutes while you take care of yourself so that you can safely take care of them. The next thing I learned, and this was the top tip that I got from a lot of parents with type 1 diabetes, is to be prepared for lows. And that means having low supplies on hand all the time in multiple rooms. If you are on your own with your baby during the day, and let's say you're feeding them in their nursery and your blood sugar goes low, which does happen when you breastfeed, by the way, that can happen. It's really handy to have a little basket of low supplies beside the rocking chair or wherever you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding or whatever. It's important to have low supplies nearby. You don't want to be in the situation where you're holding a baby and you're low and you don't have any low supplies and nobody's there to bring you some. It's just best to be prepared for any situation. In my case, I'm running after this little one all day, and that's very good. She's standing. She's very proud of herself. And my blood sugar tends to go low when I'm running after a toddler. Okay, next up for lessons, don't procrastinate doing diabetes related things like pump sites. Don't procrastinate it. Don't let your pump go down to 0 units, because babies are unpredictable. You never know what they're gonna do. You might get to a point where your pump is at 0 units and your baby's having a freak out, or they just poop themselves and there's poop everywhere and you can't do your pump site for a while. It's best to just do it when you have a chunk of time. Another thing I learned is to invest in a good diaper bag. So my diaper bag was definitely a splurge. I ended up getting the Harper Midi by Mina Bay, and I absolutely love it. I literally use it every day. When you have diabetes, a diaper bag is not just a diaper bag. You know that as people with diabetes, we carry around a lot of medical supplies. And the diaper bag acts as both your diabetes bag and the diaper bag for the baby. So you want to have a bag that has a lot of compartments that you like to carry, that's comfortable to carry, because it's your bag now too. I'm going to show you my diaper bag. This is my bag. It's like a brown leather, lots of compartments in there, you can see, and it's a backpack. And these clips allow you to hook it onto your stroller, so it is very handy for that. There are so many other nice bags out there too that are a lower price point, and I think the key is just to look for a lot of compartments. But definitely that's something that you want to invest in. Do your research, see what's out there, see what's good. And then my last thing I learned over the past year is to accept the good days and the bad days. I had quite a few bad days this week. I find that when I do have those bad days, it is best to just acknowledge them and have some self-compassion. Just say to yourself, I'm having a bad day. Being a parent is tough, but this is normal. This is a normal part of being a parent. Everyone has bad days. You'll get through it. I find for me, if I have some self-compassion, acknowledge that I'm having the bad day, it actually makes my day better. And that is the end of this video. This was a very challenging video to film and I'm very scared to edit this. I'm gonna sign off now. I'm getting yelled at. And I hope that this video is helpful for you and I hope that this turns into a video and I will see you next time. Bye.